As you head out this afternoon, it is hot and mostly dry. Our temperatures are really going to be raging this week. We're at 94 at noon here, and we're going to climb several more degrees. 86 in Shell Beach, 89 in Grand Isle. Water temperatures helping out some locations this afternoon. It feels like about 104. Now the temperatures get worse this week. 97 today, 99 tomorrow, and 101 on Wednesday. We'll stay near 100 on Thursday and Friday. A couple records are going to fall here, and some of these records are going to be beating last year, which was our hottest summer on record. So really intense heat this week. Please be careful. Now, one thing that's helping us out is Debby. Debby has taken all the tropical moisture with it. That means we're getting a little bit of a northerly wind at times. That knocks down the humidity about this much. So it's not much, but in August, if you can get at a dew point in the mid 70s rather than 80s, you somewhat notice it, especially during the late afternoon evening hour. So yes, very hot in the sun, but in the shade, if you can get a breeze going, count that as a win. This is certainly kind of wild to look at, isn't it? The tropics, they've kind of gone wild here. We've got a party going on out in the Pacific. We've got 4 named storms. Now, usually when the Pacific is this active, the Atlantic somewhat is fairly quiet. I mean, we've got Debby and we've got another area we're watching, but eventually we do think the Atlantic's going to start to wake up. The Pacific's going to start to settle down. So as we call it, the Atlantic is still somewhat of a sleeping giant. So Debby is still our only named storm in the Atlantic right now. Debby is a tropical storm this afternoon. It is slowing down and moving east-northeast. Savannah here, Charleston here. They've got a long couple days ahead of them with very, very heavy rainfall. That track meandering off the coast for about 3 days. In 3 days, it travels from here to there. So it doesn't move very much, and it finally starts to weaken and move out of the region by the end of this week. Around Saturday or so, it should be up around Washington, D.C., producing rain there. So with this meandering near the coast, we are still thinking 20 to 30 inches for a few spots from Charleston to Savannah. Of course, this is going to lead to massive or catastrophic flooding, and that's going to be the biggest legacy with Debby at the end of the day. For us, our rain chances are low, although we got a couple storms popping, so maybe you're lucky enough to get one of those this afternoon. Now, that other feature we're watching, it is a tropical wave that's moving near the Lesser Antilles this afternoon. Not going to do much the next 2 days. Once we get to midweek, it's sitting near Jamaica, probably still fairly weak. And then once we get into the weekend here, it's approaching the Yucatan and the southern Gulf. I think that's when it has a slightly better chance of organizing. Now, everyone wants to know, is it coming here? Is it coming to the northern Gulf? Well, keep in mind, this is like 10 days away if it were to ever get to the northern Gulf, so we aren't quite sure, but what we're going to be watching are the steering currents. Right now and into the end of the week here and the weekend, this is Saturday, the ridge is fairly strong. That's a good thing because the big heat ridge, yeah, it gives us horrible heat, but it blocks anything from coming up at it, so it's going to steer anything this direction. However, if you look beyond this period, models do show this ridge trying to break down some, and that can allow that wave to get tugged to the north. So that's something we're certainly going to watch here, but this is 7 to like 8, 9 days out, and a lot can change in the forecast in that amount of time. So we're just going to sit back and watch it. There's nothing to stress about it right now. It is August after all, and as you know, August is when things heat up. By the way, our next name on the list, now that we have checked Debby off, it's Ernesto, and then Francine, and then Gordon. Those are the next 3 names on the list. Hopefully we don't meet any of them. 7-day forecast, we've got that heat for you, that intense record heat lasting through the middle of the week. Temperatures moderate back down into the mid-90s this weekend, a little less humid at times, but overall it's still going to be quite hot. We've got red dress run Saturday. We've got dirty linen night Saturday night as well. So plan on it being a tad warm for that, as it usually is. Our marine forecast, a bit choppy out in the Gulf today with the hurricane moving away, though. Winds improve tomorrow, and Wednesday looking fairly smooth. High tide's going to happen through the rest of the afternoon, and your low tide will happen in the early morning hours.